Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsy69 and welcome back to another episode of Good Gun Shit Tank. And it is probably one of the worst tanks in the game, if I'm honest, and it is the T28, the American Tier 8 tank destroyer. Now, this tank is absolutely shit. It really is shit. It's slow. The armor, I mean, this game we're actually going to bounce quite a bit, but you can't really rely on that armor, especially if you are bottom tier. Not only that, but it's slow, its traverse is slow, its gun depression is not good. I think it's like 5 degrees, but it does have a very nice gun. The gun is very nice. As you can see, the reload is really good at 7.7. The DPM is one of the highest in the tier. It's not the highest, but it is one of the highest at 3,100. It's really good. The DPM is really good. As I've said, the gun depression accuracy is not good either. The accuracy is not the best. The aim time is not bad either. Penetration pretty good. Again, it's one up there with the top, up there at the top of the TDs. Obviously, you have things like the ISU 152, which is much better than this. You have the SU 101, which has better penetration than this, but the penetration is pretty good. The penetration is good. So it has a really, really nice gun. I just think it's a boring tank. It really is a boring tank. I don't know why anyone would want to play this other than grind for the E3, which is so much better. After this, obviously, you have the T95 as well, which, of course, is slow. Pretty much it's the same kind of tank with bigger tracks. So it's boring, and you have to play it with cover. You have to have cover with this tank. You have to have patience, and if you don't have cover, then you're gonna find yourself in a bad situation. Now you can see here that it's 3 against 5. We're 3 against 5, and I've spotted that there is this IS2 flanking around. As I'm going towards the tank, if you are in the open, always try and go at an angle, because that front plate can get quite strong. So if you can come at an angle, and you can see me doing it here as well, I'm not directly going straight towards him, but I'm always trying to go in at an angle. And if this was a medium tank, this IS2, then there'll be no way in hell that I would be catching him. So if you're alone, I mean, I get pretty lucky this game. At the moment, it is a 2 versus 4. I am going to take out this IS2, sorry. My defender here, he's done a brilliant job. Now, the tank I'm more worried about at the moment is that T49, because if he gets behind me or even at the side of me, he can do big damage. So I really want to focus on him. I do miss that shot. Luckily, the IS3 defender gets a shot in on him, putting him down to a 1 shot, and I am able to clear him. And at this point in the game, I've blocked 1,000 damage. I'm on 2.7k damage, and I'm feeling quite confident. We are losing on supremacy points, so the AMX on the enemy team should have just really... He's not a great player. He should have just gone somewhere. And the same as this ISU. He's a 1 shot. He should just be hiding. He should just be hiding behind this building. He should not be coming out to attack, especially as they are both 1 shots and I'm full hit points. And you can see I'm just trying to angle up to this AMX, and he's a tier 7, and we do get a bit of block damage from him. But the ISU couldn't contain himself. He had to come out. He had to be greedy, and he is going to pay the price because I am able to take him out. And now all I've got is this tier 7 AMX M445, which I am in the middle of doing a review because it's actually a really good tank. So bad mistake there from the ISU. I mean, yes, he is a turretless TD, but he could have easily, he's quick enough to easily just hide behind a building and wait for me to even make the mistake or just run the cap points down. They were winning. But they didn't. They paid the price. I get a first class Top Gun and I managed to get a Kolobanov medal as well. So you can see the gun works. The gun does work. And we're actually going to see a really good game here from Geo. I just don't see why anyone would play this. And I don't quite understand why Wargaming haven't really ever buffed this. I mean, the front plate, if you're in a medium tank, the front plate is quite strong. But as soon as you switch to APCR, it's like butter. It becomes absolutely like butter, and anyone can penetrate it. So I do wish that I'm not asking for a massive hull with big armor, but you see tanks now like the Tiger II. The Tiger II has speed. The Tiger II has a turret. The Tiger II has DPM. Yet it has this amazing front plate, and this just has not much going for it. It has the gun, obviously, which is a nice gun, but it's only a nice gun when you're able to use it. And there's not often you are able to use that gun the way it should be used. And you have to be patient with this tank, and whether that's to sit at the back and snipe, but when you do that, the accuracy isn't that great on this tank, so it's kind of difficult to do that. Playing up front and close like Geo is now is a good way to play this tank. As long as you have support, then you can do well in this tank. If you don't have support, then you are not going to last very, very long. So always try and get that support. Always try and get hard cover. Always, what is that? Are you doing? I mean, he goes in for the ram. Like, seriously, dude, why would you do that in front of so many tanks? Bad decision. And he probably actually ended up costing the enemy the game. So Geo's at the moment, he's done 3k damage, he's on 2 kills, he's done pretty good job, he's still full hit points as well, but there is still 3 tanks to get rid of, and one of them is that T34-3, gets a nice shot there. There is also the T20, it's a quick tank, even though it's tier 7, it is still a quick tank, so even if that tank was able to get behind you, there is not much you're going to be able to do. It's an American tank as well, so the armor, as I've said the previous battle, if a tank like a T49 or anything with a big high caliber gun, a Borzik or ISU 152, if them tanks are able to get to even the side of you, then they are just going to absolutely wreck you. And I think that's mainly why I don't like this tank, because it's so slow, because the traverse is so slow. It's quite easy for these tanks to get to the side of you, and the side armor is poor. It really is poor, and so is the rear. Do not ever let any big high caliber guns get behind you, because you're just going to lose all of your hit points. I mean, ISU 152 can pretty much one-shot you if they get the rear of you. So always try and face the enemy if you can. Always have hard cover, because as I've said, if you can use this gun, the gun is a really, really good gun. I mean, the reload's only 7.7 seconds for 120 millimeter. That is pretty good. Now, Geo is on 4 kills, and he just has this T29 left. He's only bounced 225, which is what I'm saying. The armor's not that reliable. He is going to bounce a lucky shot there just when he needs it. He does bounce the shot, and he is able to take the T29 out. So he finishes that game with 5 kills and 5,300 damage. And that is what you can do when you can get that gun working. So that is the T28, probably one of the worst tech tree tanks in the entire game, but it has a very, very nice gun. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy69. And I will catch you all soon. Bye-bye, stay safe, and isolate. Stay home. With